guys, I hope you're all doing okay. I'm Camilla and this is your Crafty Dog channel. I've got some reclaimed leather from a sofa that was going to be thrown away. I've already made a poof from this leather, but I really wanted to see if I could make kind of like a square ottoman type thing for a friend as a present. And I've got a few ideas on how to achieve this, but we'll see if it works. My first thought was, here is one of the cushions, was to take one of these square cushions and use this existing seam, as it already gives a really nice square shape. And I thought I could, just kind of cut it here and then use two of the cushions to sandwich together, to give it a bit more height and give a nice square shape. But unfortunately, this is what happened to the other cushion from my previous project, so it's not really going to work as I had planned. But if it had worked out, it would have been a really easy way to do it, as it's already quite a nice square shape. I'll hold it up for you like that. And it would have been just to do that one seam running around the edge, so it would have been quite nice and simple. So it's a shame that's not going to work out, but I'm sure I can think of something else to do. So next time I've got a few projects, I'll have to think through all the different things before I ruin my chances to do one with the first one I do. So I think my plan will be to take this cushion and probably cut round the edge here, and then it is fabric on the bottom, but I don't think this will really matter. It'll be on the floor and you won't really see it, and it's also got like a kind of a zip access there that might be quite useful. So I think I'll cut the top and the bottom off and then use some of the other leather just to do a much wider side. You'll kind of see what I mean when we do it. So yeah, that is the plan, so let's go ahead. Alright, here's the main cushion I'm basing the ottoman around, and I've also got two smaller cushion covers here, which I believe were the armrest part of the sofa. Usefully, they are the same length as the side of the main cushion. So, the plan is, I'm going to mark a point around the main cushion with a pencil and ruler here to cut and divide this evenly. Of course, making sure this is going to be one side of the zip. Then I'm going to cut out the main part of the side cushions, fold in half to mark the halfway point, and cut in half. This leaves us with 4 equal width sides, a top and a bottom to our ottoman. Okay, the next stage. I'll show you how I do easy leather hand sewing. I take this guy, called a pricking wheel, to run a set distance from the edge of the leather to mark where the seams and holes are going to be. I'll then go back over these marked holes with an awl to make them bigger. I lock the thread to the needle to make sewing much easier. Use thick waxed thread, thread it through the eye of the needle as you normally would, then a few inches from the end, puncture the thread with the needle, pull through and tighten. To sew, I always keep my needle on the external of the project. Just pass through 2 holes on one side, then 2 holes on the other, like this. At the start and end of a run, you can just do a simple knot in the thread on the inside of the leather. So I've done that seam all the way around, and I'm going to have a break now because my fingers hurt, but I'll get back to it and finish it in a bit. So all there is left to do is do the same on the other side, so we'll end up with a symmetrical bit to this, and then just where those 2 bits meet, just do a, oh, you can see, just where those 2 side bits meet, just do a seam running down there with the same technique. So yeah, so the other side will be symmetrical. We will end up with 2 seams on the side, but I think it's worth it because I really wanted to preserve that nice seam there that gives the kind of the nice curved corners and the nice square shape. I'm just going to stitch all the stitches. There's no need to leave anything. I'm stitching everything from the outside anyway, and to stuff it I'm just going to enter through that zip bit there that I preserved. So yeah, no need to leave a seam to stuff it. I'm going to get on with that and I'll see you in a bit. All that's left to do now is to stuff it. And because of this really useful zip, I didn't have to leave any seams open to do this. I stuffed with old towels and cloths, and let me tell you, I needed a lot. I'm thinking of redoing it with solid foam to give a more structured shape, and this is what I'd recommend to you.